Happy Sunday! Wait. There we go! Wait, I forgot something. Fuck. Wait, I forgot something. Hold on. Hold. I forgot the thingy. Just in case. Where is it? That's the wrong thingy. That is the wrong thingy. Hold on. No, that's wrong. Wait, that's wrong. That is not right. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do this. Okay, there we go. Let me just pin. Happy Sunday! Wow, I forgot to pour my water. Fuck, I'm gonna do that in a minute. Just curious, what was your party by the end of the game? My party by the end of the game? I'm the type of person with Persona games to swap my party members out a lot. I want everyone to be like on an equal level. So I just swap them. Oh god, I'm lagging. I just noticed this. I'm lagging. Okay, and there we go. We're back. I'm the type to swap party members out back and forth to keep everyone on like an equal level and to give everyone their time to shine. And my final team did have Morgana. The only pretty much consistent teammate was Morgana because I have him at like every main boss fight because he's my designated healer. But besides that, just kind of going back and forth. Because honestly, every team member in P5R is pretty damn good. They each have their own strengths. I've heard that Yakuza Like a Dragon is inverse Persona. Instead of a bunch of teenagers with magic powers fighting corruption, it's a bunch of homeless middle-aged men pretending to have powers and fighting corruption while trying to make a living. Honestly, that sounds God. Again, Yakuza is one of those series that's like, I'm so torn on it because it seems like something that I could like. What do you mean ad starts in 50 seconds? It should have started. Oh god, did my stream restart? God fucking damn it. Apparently stream restarted. Well, that sucks. What was I saying? Yeah, Yakuza is one of those games that like I don't know what to think of it. Like, I am curious, but I also don't know if I would like it if I started playing it. But I feel like if I watch a playthrough of it, it's not gonna give me a proper first impression. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I do kind of want to get started one day, but it might be further off in at some point in the future. Like I genuinely like don't know what to think about that game. Also, hold on, let me why is it 2? Why is it no, let's okay, don't need that. Okay. Alright, and now we should be back for realsies. Apparently the weakest Yakuza game is a mostly positive and 8 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Just like, you know, just because it's like the most popular or like just because the general consensus is that it's good doesn't mean I like it, you know? To each, like, everyone has their own tastes. I'm the type of person to overlevel the main party and leave the rest behind. Fair, I know some people who are like that. Personally, I like to keep everyone pretty even. But hey, if you want to like go all in on one party, you can like you can go one playthrough with one setup, and if you play, you know, if you do a new game plus playthrough, you can switch it up. Is this chat on screen broken? It shouldn't be. No, it should be working. It should be working. It takes a while to connect to the YouTube chat. It that always takes a couple minutes. So that's it. But it should be fine now. But yeah, the advantage with P5 is that all party members level up fairly equally. at least more or less. So no one's gonna be left too much behind. Everyone is like, the only thing you would really have to like watch out for when with your backup team members in P5 or P5R is just to update their equipment. But level-wise, skill-wise, they all level up even if you don't use them at all. So that's a good thing. It's not like that in the previous games, at least P3 and P4. That in those ones you would have to actively swap out characters to keep them all equal. God, man, I love P5. I love P5R. I might just start a third, or well, on this console and a game, a third playthrough of P5R, just because. Oh, I love that game so much. Okay, hold on. Now I need to fill myself a glass of water. Give me a second here. My water is cold. It's too cold. I brought it in from outside and it's finally getting cold again. It is finally actual October weather, which means I am going to be freezing my ass off, but you know what? That's fine. I actually prefer that over sweating bullets in my room. Oh, by the way, I just noticed this. Arjo, I need to VIP you. I didn't VIP you yet. Can I do that here? Can I do that here? No. I need to VIP you. I'm gonna do that after stream. And hope I don't forget. But oh well. I'm the type of person to put any experience or point or whatever into XP bonuses and say fuck you to the level scaling. Also fair. Drink cold water after chewing on ice cubes, but before all that use some mouthwash? God, no, that sounds awful. That genuinely does not sound good. But yeah, no, cold water. I don't usually mind cold water, but considering that that this is a reading game, that this is a visual novel, cold water is not exactly the best for the throat. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll just put it next to my laptop fan and hope that it warms up over time. Oh, okay. Let's see, was there anything else that I want that I don't think there was anything. Oh yeah! I finally got around to finishing the first highlights video of the Apollo Justice playthrough. Finally. Just cases 1 and 2, because those are already like a little bit over half an hour long. I started working on case 3 and 4, which might be a good chunk longer, honestly. I don't know if I don't know how long those are gonna be. Honestly, especially with the amount of yapping that I recall doing in case 4. That one might be a little bit longer. It's an experience. Oh god, if you survive, you'll become stronger than you've ever been before. Honestly, I think I can do without that strength. I'm pretty comfortable where I am now. Yeah, no. Okay. Now. Also, why does the politician confidant leave after like 4 months and you can only see him on Sunday evening? The politician confidant. Oh, Yoshida. He doesn't leave after 4. You can do him throughout the entire game. You can do him throughout the whole game. Can you only do them on Sundays? Actually, yeah, that might be the case. You might only be able to do them on Sundays. Sundays, that's true. That's true. Yeah, no, some of them are time limited, or some of them aren't available on. I think every confidant has like their availabilities on like certain days. Yeah, I don't know where my brain went with that. Also, I don't want to get into spoiler territory, so I'm not going to go into any details. But Drago, do you know, or do you have an idea? Because you're playing P5 Royal, and to unlock Royal content, there's a couple things that you need to do by a certain time in the game. Otherwise, the game just ends where the original P5 would have ended, and you're kind of missing out on like 95% of the Royal chunk. So, do you know what? November 17th? That's not the politician. Or wait. Actually, wait. No. Never mind. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. No. I was thinking of a different character. You can. Okay. Phrasing. Okay. Fine. You can only spend time with Yoshida on Sundays. Also, no, Drago, I remembered. I didn't actually know that he's only available until that date, but knowing the story, it makes sense. It does make sense. But yeah, if I don't want to, again, I don't want to go into too much detail. Just a heads up that like to unlock the full story, there are at least 2 confidants you need to finish by like mid-November. I think it should be pretty obvious which ones they are. So I'm not gonna go into any details. You should have met both of them already if you're in the 3rd palace. Yeah. So that's like just a heads up. Okay. Nope. Okay, fine. Everything else fine. This is fine. This is good. This is fine. Okay. It is time for Dual Destinies Case 4, the Cosmic Turnabout. I am kind of excited for this one because I remember these 2 cases, but it's hazy. It's hazy. I also forgot where one case ends and the other one starts because I remember it all just as one big chunk. Are they the Royal exclusive ones? One of them, yes. One of them, the game should even like give you a heads up like that, like this character is only going to be there until November 17th or 18th or so. So that's a pretty big hint. And the other one is one that you meet on I'm not gonna give a name, but it's a character that you meet outside of school. A very story-tied character. That's all I'm gonna say. Without giving too much away. It's also a very important character. Alright. Technically, the other Royal exclusive character is also... I like their their confidant too. It's nice. But it's not a requirement. Actually, I think you need to... the Royal confidant that only has 5 ranks, you need to finish those 5 ranks before... the end of the year to unlock the remaining 5. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. So, both of them are worth doing. One of them only if you want to like get their whole story. But it's not gonna lock you out of like main story content if you don't. I know, I remember I didn't. I think I remember that I didn't finish them. And so I did it in my New Game Plus playthrough. But yeah. Anyway, let's go. Oh, we're back. We're back to the present. The courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of the legal world in this. Oh, God. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution of sorts. Ted Tonade was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. That was the end of that sentence. If only it were that simple. Somehow I can't help but think. That there is a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. I feel like we're gonna hear that phrase a lot more throughout these cases alone. Also, I can't remember any names or locations, so I just started giving them nicknames, like LeBlanc is bumfuck nowhere. Fair. Oh wait, cutscene. Also, yes. Okay, Akechi's the other one. I'll tell you. I can help you out with that in a bit.
ケーキの最終チェックをお願いします。ケーキのチェック完了。異常なし。いつでも準備は OK。ハット2号。
Oh dear.
応答してください。応答してください。
That knife, what was that knife there before? Was that knife there in there before? I didn't see that knife when they were walking out there. Okay, and back up we go. Okay. Well, shit. December 16th. Akechi still don't know where or how to spend time with him. You can spend time with Akechi in, I think he's actually a day-specific character. I think it's like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays or something. You can meet him. Did you unlock Kichijoji yet? The billiard, and with the billiard plays and the all that stuff? If you haven't unlocked that place yet, then you cannot... Honestly, he should text you. If you have his confidant, he'll text you. And just hang out with him whenever you can. You do need a certain... Your knowledge needs to be up at like level 3, I think, though. I'm not too sure about that one. I think you need like rank 3 knowledge for him. That's mainly what I remember. Yeah. So basically, just like whenever he texts you, just go meet with him. And otherwise, you can also just look at the, you know how in the afternoon you can look on your map, the map with the different places. You can actually see which confidant is like available to hang out with. So that's also what you can just check for. If you unlocked Kichijoji, you can just go to that place and check it. And if Akechi is available, it'll his little like card or thingy symbol next to him will like be it'll be blue. Florencia, welcome in. You figured out who killed that professor? We did indeed. We finished case 3 last time. And now we are at case 4! Also hope you're doing well today. Okay. Why is my monitor glitching out? December 16th, 9:12 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Whoops. And we're back with Apollo! My boy! Time for another trial to begin. But this one is different. I don't think I remember who this is. Oh, it's Junie! Are you alright, Apollo? Was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hi, Juniper! I'm fine. I was just doing my Cords of Steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go. Yes, knowing you, I'm sure that you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present for my garden. Oh, is this before Apollo got fucking... Before you got caught up in the bombing? Is this a lotus root? That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She even says that if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future. It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it. Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now. Oh my. I feel like it's not supposed to be eaten raw, but you know what? Go ahead. Kind of tough though. You can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try. Oops, if she didn't think me weird before, she will now. I've gotta calm down. I need to level up the social stats. I've been focusing on guts so I can talk with the firearm owner about the gun. Fair. Yeah, that's fair enough. Honestly, you should be able to like level up your knowledge stats pretty easily. There's like tips and tricks onto how to level up your social ranks the fastest. Like there are certain days and weather conditions where like you'll get more points for studying, or there are certain places where you'll get just more points. But I don't remember like everything off the top of my head right now, and you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, for EY you need rank 4. You need rank 4 guts. I think that's the dauntless one. And for Akechi, you just need there's 2 or 3 confidants that need at least rank 3 knowledge, I believe. So that's also a good stat to focus on. I think knowledge, kindness, and guts are the ones that I would focus on the most. Well, I mean every rank comes into play at some point with some confidence, so. Oh, you need charm too. Charm you can get. Oh, I forgot how you can. I forgot what's the easiest way to get charm. I think working part-time at certain places is one option. And I forgot about the rest. I forgot about the rest, yeah. True, charm is also another one. True. Also, that scarf has to, like, cover the whole fucking floor by now. Apollo, sorry I'm late. Hi, Athena. Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it, you sly little thing, you. Athena, stop. Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set? Oh, Apollo, Apollo, when will you ever figure it out? Figure out what? Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. All right, that's this trial. This is it. It's all over for me. They're gonna find me guilty. This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Sol Starbuck. He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. The scene of the crime this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. But that's where we met Mr. Starbuck. Apollo lore! I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts about this. We'd ask about space travel, and he'd launch into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. Oh, that's sweet. Looks like a total Drama Island character. You have Charm and Kindness rank 2 and the rest is rank 3. Honestly, that's pretty good for like 3rd Palace. That's pretty decent. Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Thanks, but... I was supposed to be in space right about now. God, Jesus. He's so depressed, it almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Don't say that. Don't stop believing. Besides, you just have to go to space again. Or you just have— I don't know how that sentence was meant to be read. Or you just have to go to space again. I don't know, one of these. Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell. Clay Terran, I can't believe he was murdered. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command. Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." Fine, you say. How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. Okay, dude! I can only sigh so many times. Clay's gone, and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine. What is it? What's with the yelling? I love that face! I'll get to the bottom of this today, you'll see. And in exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise? Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence? Oh! Well, about that... We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Why does he remind me of Larry? I think it's the face and the attitude that just slightly reminds me of Larry. I thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck. Don't count yourself out yet. I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going. And what about you, Apollo? What about me? I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend? We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go? Oh. Oh, and here it starts. All right. I mean, hey, you know what? At least he's remembering his breathing exercises. Whoops. Something. Bailiff. Trial's about to begin. If the defense will please proceed to the courtroom. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer. "9:55 a.m. Courtroom number 4. Whoops, that was my trash can. All rise! Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. Oh, he... Wait. Now I wonder, is it because I have the costume? Is it because of the different costume? Hold on. Actually, you know what? Before we start this, I think because I forgot I have this outfit on Apollo, I think I'm gonna go back and change it real quick. Exit. No, wait, no, not exit the game. Wait. No. Back to the menu. We just saved, so it's fine. Just in case. Okay. Okay, there. Oh, okay, wait, no, it is just this normal suit. Okay. Huh. They did kill his homie. And honestly, okay, maybe I'll just say this up front, because here already I've seen people. I feel like it's a pretty popular opinion that people think Apollo's whole story that they added in this game felt a little like out of place, or you know, out of nowhere. I'm gonna say up front, from what I remember, I actually liked what they did in this game with Apollo and his past, or you know, his connections, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it was that out of place. I just think it's a little clumsy in certain situations. But all in all, I think it's not nearly as bad or as awkward, I suppose, as people make it out to be. I'm gonna get into it more as we go along. Maybe I'll have something, maybe I'll talk about it more at the end of this case, but we'll see. We'll see. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Excuse me, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. What happened to your eye? I'm fine. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Are you sure I don't... I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Jesus. I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty. I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. He's like 23. Whew, Apollo is not doing so hot. Very well, and the prosecution? The prosecution appears to be ready as well. Sheriff Pumpkin, thank you! Hope you're having a good day as well. Ask that at the same time. Oh. Are we just going into it with shackles off? Oh. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Oh. Oh, there we go. Now I'm ready. We're just... Wow. right off the bat. The prosecution is now ready. And there's Taka. Hello there. Well, it didn't take him long this time. What's up with Blackwell? Now then, I shall give the opening statement. I'll do it. Wow. Everyone's a little different today, aren't they? You will? What an unexpected surprise. This time, I can't leave it to anyone else. I see. Something is off with the two of you today. Yeah, they are locked in. They certainly are locked the fuck in. You both seem different somehow. Athena is thinking something. Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. That famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right? Astronomy. It's astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, something blew up. 2 explosive devices were detonated, and the launch was cancelled. My word, 2 bombs, how dreadful. The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One Mr. Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb in the rocket he himself would be in. Solomon Starbuck, I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut? Correct, Your Boldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the HAT-1 rocket 7 years ago. 7 years. Always 7 years! As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. I remember now, he's become something of an international celebrity, right? That is a haircut and a half. Mankind's hope for the future, I've got to make it back alive. They even turned that incident into a movie and everything. Damn. We've got a real space pioneer in court today. Huh. But even heroes stumble... Nope. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand. Ah, yes, the victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate of the defendant. Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor. Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing? Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. And so he was sent not into space, but to the universe, which we mortals cannot see. Clay. I think I've heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point. Your Honor? However, there's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. Would you look at that? What purpose does it serve exactly? Since you asked so nicely, it's your coffin. Gee, dude! Ah, have mercy on me! I just why did I imagine him saying those? Why did I know that he was gonna say those exact 2 words? Why did I know that he was just gonna be I jest? Not I'm joking, not I'm kidding, just I jest. It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time. Whew, I feel like I just lost 50 years of my life. How many years do you even have? Does he even have 50 years left? Inner monologue, Athena, inner monologue. Enough jabbering. Hey there! Bobby Fulbright's the name, and justice we trust. Detective Fulbright. I love how just no one bats an eye anymore at the fact Simon just can just summon him with a whistle. Like very well, then please explain the details of this incident to the court if you would. On it, first, take a look at this. Look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find the diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Okay. Here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of this building. Okay. Look at this cross-section that we, the police, have created. See the launch pad and the main building? The launch pad is that's the judge. The launch pad is that square building, and the rounded structure is the main building, right? You got it. The incident took place in Launch Pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand. Okay, we actually haven't taken a look at the court record yet. We've got pretty much nothing except for the autopsy report, so let's have a look at that in a bit. Also, I gotta refill my water. My glass is already empty. Okay. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom! Boom! One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launch Pad 1, one of which is behind me here. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge, but after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct? Yep, thinking he'd sabotage the bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Just look at this tragic photograph. Well. My, is that a knife in the victim's chest? Yes, Your Honor, it's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off of it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit. No fingerprints could be lifted. By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photograph? That's true. Oh. We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. It would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to this case. Does it not? Now that you mention it, So, we know that the bomb in the main building was on the 2nd floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launch Pad 1 located? that one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram report into the record. Okay. The trials just started and we're already in a bind. You get used to it. Besides, that's what the cross-examination is for, right? What the two astronauts were doing during the bombing. That'll be the key. Okay. Woo! Let's see here. Cause of death stabbing. Victim was discovered in the 3rd floor boarding lounge in the main building. Look at him. He actually looks very cute. Can we not look at a oh, we can't look at profiles from here. Sag. Still, same description. Just putting it on makes me feel ready. God, I'm happy we're back as Apollo. Don't get me wrong, I love Athena, I love Phoenix, but Apollo just hits different. Victim's blood, but no fingerprints. Okay. Okay, let's see here. How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down, but the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation. Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright? I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. That does not explain anything. I'd go to the other side of the world or even the edge of the universe. I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. That did not answer anything. I guess I'll leave that one alone. For now. Admirable decision, Justice Dono. Huh? What did he decide? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at that time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators and the 3rd floor lounge. It was pitch black there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup. And how did the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yes, there is an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. Oh, right behind me once again. The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter. Okay. The power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now. That's a lot of stuff to, like, leave. I mean, right now we can't do anything with it, but it's good to keep it in mind. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct? Yep, that's right. Now let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged a rocket he was going to board with explosives? Huh? What are you talking about? If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught up in the explosion as well. I hadn't thought of that. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive. Liam, welcome in! Hope you're doing well today. I have no work tomorrow, so I can watch for a longer time. Hell yeah! Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia. Astrophobia? What's that? Is that the actual term for it? I gotta look. Is that the actual term for it? Hold on, I gotta look that up. Oh yeah, okay, it is called astrophobia. Okay, just checking, just checking. The judge has no thoughts in that. I don't even want to say brain. He has something in there, but it's not doing the thing it's supposed to do, I think. A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. Why didn't he just not go? Why didn't he just detonate the bomb, like, before they went in? That is so... that is absurd. Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. What are they? These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. Okay. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck rode 7 years ago. Rumor has it, it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck. That doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship. The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name, now could he? No, not after the media had branded him Sol Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base smut. Okay, let's assume that was true. Why would he set the bomb off the very moment they entered the ship? Why not do it, like, right before? What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally, he constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Yeah, even Apollo's like, that is fucking bullshit. Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal. No, we don't. No. This is a god-awful motive. This is very much grasping at straws. Are you sure it was only the two of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those two. Well, there could have been someone else inside that rocket. The notion of a third party in Launch Pad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device. It sounds as futuristic and complex as a space center. Come on now. It's not. Yeah, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photograph! This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. That is very different from what I had in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through that door yesterday? There were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Mr. Igarash, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Then, doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28, doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. He has a point, I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. I mean, do we know anything about the bomb? Like, how... Like, did you have to be there to set it off? Or could you do it, like, remotely? In which case he could still be responsible for the bombing. At the very least. Okay. So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct? Creer, welcome in! I still don't know how to pronounce your name. You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket? They were both alive and well at boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. And then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. Well, well. One of them was a detective. Yep. Detective Arm specializes in bombings, specializes in bombings, you see. Cray is fine. Got it. She and the director were ordering the She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant. Two witnesses, huh? And one of them is a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me. I mean, I guess it'd still be better to get them in than not. I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Justice Dono, foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. The evacuation, Papa. Evacuation, that's a weird word to say. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What is it? Footage from the security camera. As the two astronauts emerged from the bowels of the launch pad 1 corridor, okay, you can't really see any weapon of any sort there. Just too dark. The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. The winds brought me here just visiting. That being said, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. And thank you for stopping by. Now, I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering. Which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. Huh. Order, I say! This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting. I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready. Apollo? Let me take another look at that. Wait a minute. Didn't they say that Clay was the one carrying that thing? Pretty sure they said that Clay was carrying the thingamajig there. How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage? Yeah, they're assuming that that is Clay just because that person is not, you know. And yeah, he could also very well have just been unconscious. Whether Clay is still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Terran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship. Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. Is it dotard? Dotard or dotard? I don't know. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? Fulbright, explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge after all. But doing it while they were both alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different color. But you can't deny that there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out. Waleed, welcome in. Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based in your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded perfectly logical to me. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections. Well, Athena? Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup. Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena? It's just there's something that's been bothering me. If it isn't the defense stalling for time, as always. Why is Apollo an eye patch? We don't know that yet. He has refused to state a reason. So far. Yeah. In the first case, it's easy to kind of just assume that it's from the bombing, but this is before the bombing, so we don't know. Very well, I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. Yes! You have 5 seconds. Oh, fuck you! 5 seconds? After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. Your Boldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. Oh, that's foul! You bitch! Oh. Ready? We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena. Only 3 more seconds. What do you mean, bitch? Look, I don't think the prosecution explanation is very complete. Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained. Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Okay, wait, no. My question was like, where did they get the knife? But it's a utility knife. I guess he... I mean, that is one thing, I suppose. Victim was discovered in the 3rd floor boarding lounge. In the main building. 3rd floor boarding lounge. Main building, okay. They didn't explain how the bomb even... They didn't explain anything about the bomb yet. Like, we know nothing about the bomb. Or bombs. Plural. It's because he really wants to be a pirate. You know what? That's what we're going with. You're right. I think I know what you're talking about. Do we get multiple choice? Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut? Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There is something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. Well, if you put it that way, what is it that the prosecution has failed to explain? We shall answer this question after a short break. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I will be running ads on Twitch, and yeah. Until then. And we're back. Let's keep going. No, you see, if Apollo was inspired by the swashbucklers, he would need a mustache. He would need a tiny mustache. A tiny, like drawn on or glued on mustache. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this man can grow one. I don't think that is possible for Apollo. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Okay. What is it that the prosecution has failed to explain? The motive for murder, we got that. Why the body was moved. I don't think this will give us any funny option, but I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna skim through it and then see. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep picking wrong options anyway, even if I don't think they're gonna be funny, and I'm just gonna skim through them. The prosecution hasn't explained the defendant's motive yet, have they? Didn't they just explain that Mr. Terran was a threat to the success of the bombing, so he had to be disposed of? No way! Time out, Your Honor! Time out, Mr. Justice. This is hardly a sporting event. He hasn't gotten around to buying it yet. You know what? I get it. I get that. That didn't score me any points. Okay. That out of the way. Okay, and you're right. They also... I was focusing on the bomb, but they also didn't explain why even move the body? Why even try to get him out of there? They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? I mean, that's basically a confession at that point. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because I have none, Your Honor. Okay, Apollo, I respect your enthusiasm, but I think you might need to step down a bit. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? Then let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice. The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Fulbright, explain to our sad friend here, before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Spaceboy moved the victim. Uh-huh. They've gotta be joking. It's simple. Mr. Starrock did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. How does that... He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. But why? What? Why? That doesn't... No? If anything, that would make him the most suspicious person. And he, working there, should know that only the two of them were there. Or were supposed to be there. That's not a good argument, my guy. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. The old... Oh, that old man. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. What is that, like 100 kilos? A little bit more? Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. You see, yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yeah, so why didn't he just blow up the... Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third there was a third? What are you talking about? There was no third explosion. Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective On. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. So let me get this straight here. Let me see if I get this. My guy went to the rocket with Clay, blew up a bomb.